Welcome back to the Warbird Mistress. Today is Monday, the 9th of February, 1942, and this is A Walk Through the War. We begin in Alaska with the 11th Air Force, where the 36th Bombardment Squadron Heavy of the 28th Composite Group, previously assigned to almost 2 years of photography and recon of the Bering Strait, transfers from Elmendorf Field in Anchorage to Kodiak Island, the Aleutian Islands. The Army Air Force's portion of the complex is known as Fort Greely, and also on the island are Naval Air Station Kodiak and Kodiak Naval Operating Base at Miller Point in what is today Fort Abercrombie State Park. They fly the unsung workhorse of the early war ASW and maritime patrol duties, the B-18 Bolo. Moving to the zone of the interior's 1st Air Force, the 78th and 79th Medium Bombardment Squadrons of the 45th Bombardment Group, Medium, begin flying their anti-sub patrols from Grenier Field, Manchester, New Hampshire, with B-18 Bolos and A-20 Havocs, or to be specific, DB-7s, which were initially meant for export. Turning to the 3rd Air Force, the 66th and 67th Bombardment Squadrons, Heavy, 44th Bombardment Group Heavy, transfers from MacDill Field, Tampa, Florida, to Barksdale Field, Shreveport in the Louisiana, with B-24s, and continues there their sub-patrols. In the 4th Air Force, the 38th Heavy Bombardment Squadron of the 30th Bombardment Group Heavy transfers from Muroc to Marchfield, Riverside, as they continue their anti-sub patrols with B-18 Bolos. Moving across the Pacific to the 5th Air Force in the Southwest Pacific Theater, beginning today and ending on the 18th of February, heavy bombers flying out of Java and Sumatra engage in at least 14 anti-shipping missions. However, these high-altitude strikes result in the claims of only 3 hits on shipping, all of which are dubious, as the Japanese continue their advance through the Dutch East Indies. In the Pacific Ocean area of the 7th Air Force, 12 B-17s are detached and released to Commander-in-Chief Pacific, CINCPAC, for assignment to Task Force 11 for operations in the South Pacific. Task Force 11, led by the Lexington and under the command of Vice Admiral William Brown, is the second so-called revenge raid, and together with Anzac forces with which they will rendezvous, sets off to operate off Bora Bora in the Society Islands of French Polynesia, then Pongo Pongo, the capital of American Samoa, and ultimately strike at the Japanese captured base at Rabaul. The flying fortresses are meant to act as a screening and deterrent force as they had when previously operating from Samoa and Fiji. That brings us to Tuesday, the 10th of February, 1942. In the Pacific Ocean's 7th Air Force, the 12th Pursuit Squadron Interceptor, 50th Pursuit Group Interceptor, arrives on Christmas Island in the Line Islands from the United States with P-39s. In the Southwest Pacific area with the 5th Air Force, B-17s of the 88th Heavy Recon Squadron, 7th Heavy Bombardment Group, begin a staged movement from Hickam Field on Oahu to the Fiji Islands, with B-17s en route to the front, while the ground echelon is en route from Australia to India. And finally, on Wednesday, the 11th of February, 1942, in the American Theater of Operations, Zone of the Interior, 4th Air Force, the 21st Heavy Bombardment Squadron of the 30th Heavy Bomb Group, under the control of the 28th Composite Group, transfers from Muroc to Marchfield, Riverside, with their sub-hunting A-29 Hudsons. And that was Monday, the 9th of February, 1942, to Wednesday, the 11th of February, 1942, in this Walk Through the War. I owe a great thanks to everyone out there, as I noticed that my viewership has increased significantly in the last few days. I saw that I have 995 subscribers, so 5 short of that little magic number that YouTube has for us. All of you who subscribe, share, and like the videos, of course those who comment as well. Naturally, of course, I also want to thank financial supporters, whether Patreon subscribers with subscriptions starting at $3, or those who have purchased merchandise from the store, including those new tote bags, mugs, which are incredibly popular, and some of the other artwork that's there, or just donors who give anonymously or not. Just very grateful for all of that. It really does help cover software costs, subscriptions, things like that. It really does show that you believe in what I'm doing here with this channel, and I'm very grateful for all of that support. And I look forward to turning this into something better than it already is, and as long as you're along for the ride, I'm sure we'll all have fun doing it. So until next time, this is Claire, and I am the Warbird Mistress. Take care.